Oh my god, it's the internet. Hello, internet. Welcome to this episode of Crit Hit Chronicles. As you can see, we have a special guest with us tonight. Our beloved your boy Big Ian and our beloved Erin, my laundry, Erin, will not be joining us tonight. They've got some real life stuff going on, so we're sending them love and whatever cozy vibes we can. So we love you both. But we did manage to magically at the last second get Sean, aka at Help Action Needed. So Sean, thank you so much for jumping into tonight's game. You are loved, you're appreciated.
Awesome.
Before we begin tonight's episode, let's go around and reintroduce our players. Why don't we start with our normal introduction for Sean?
What's the normal introduction?
Just, hi, my name is Sean.
Okay. Uh, like me, where you can find me who my
Done.
character is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Sean. He, him. I go by Help Action Needed all across the internet, including here on Twitch. And today I will be playing Trist, a elven cleric of They Who Keep the Veil, and I think she's a she/her. I haven't done much yet.
We've got critical fail DM in all caps. What's your social?
But I did that. Anyway.
Good lord. I see you goons. Up next we have LB.
Hello, everybody. I'm LB Hackemup, or LB if you're nasty. I go by she, her. I'm playing Gavel tonight, he, him, who is a human monk. Way of the open fist. Open fist? Closed fist. I like to hit things.
Okay.
LB Hackemup.
I know that you are the GIF lord. I need one of you staring at your hand, confusing.
I got it.
Confused look on your face. And we have Noir.
Hello, I am Noir. I go by he, they. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. And I'm playing Cybal, our mechanist, today. Very excited. Yeah. Stop perceiving me now.
Oh. Stop it.
Quit.
Stop. Also, a huge thank you to Kobold Press for sponsoring this campaign and all of its ridiculous shenanigans, like the mention of Boulaid and BFC. Oh, Sean,
yeah.
you have so much to learn. It's gonna be so great. Um, if you would also like to play Tales of the Valiant, if you find tonight's game super fun and exciting and like to get your hands on a book, there's going to be a link circulating through chat. If you click that, it'll take you to the Kobold Press store where you can buy any of your Kobold Press books like Tales of the Valiant or Deep Magic or really anything from Kobold. It's a store for Kobold Press. Anyway, so definitely check them out. And other things, my brain is mush right now. Just as a reiteration, I do this at every episode because safety is a top priority. Tonight's game is going to be filled with a Foundry menu that I forgot to close. That was just sitting on the screen. This is great, guys. I'm having so much fun. I smell toast. Tonight's game is going to feature fantasy elements. There's going to be mentions of violence, some possible combat, and possible mentions of some corruption at some point. If these themes should make you uncomfortable, as much as we love and appreciate your viewership, please do what you need to for your own care and safety. If you would prefer not to tune in, by all means, you are loved, you're appreciated anyway. We have safety tools in place for our players as well, just in case we come across subject matter that they might find uncomfortable. We have a means of communicating with each other, mostly just shouting color names at each other when things are going great or not so great. So know that safety is a top priority at this channel. So let's dive back into the Tales of the Valiant. Our small group of intrepid heroes had ventured from the town of Holbeck into the Attleshire Wood after discovering that a hunter had come upon a very rare artifact known as a spirit egg, something that is held sacred amongst the spirits of the forest. And as such, they discovered that the forest itself was turning against the town and anybody hoping to enter its woods out of pure anger. Uh, our wonderful Cybal had received a summons from his father and could not be there for the end of this little adventure. However, those who remained managed to return the egg. Unfortunately, the moment they did, the egg hatched, and a small little golden spirit emerged from its shell. After honoring the elder spirit of the Attleshire Wood, and after this teeny little baby spirit made itself known that it wants to remain with the party, the spirit of the woods decided to cleanse the forest of corruption and had charged Marosha, one of the adventurers, to keep this spirit safe no matter what the cost. I'll say at this point, Gavel, Marosha, and Maris are on their way back. I'm going to say, just because I don't want to play their characters for them, uh, Maris is going to go and sort out what is left of their home, just to make sure that the sale goes well, while Marosha is going to go find a tavern to get drunk in, leaving you, Gavel, with this teeny little adorable golden spirit on your shoulder, who's teeny little black eyes and sort of floppy ears, just sort of looks up at you.
I don't know what you want. Is there something wrong with your mouth?
He's like, he doesn't know how to communicate, but he still pantomimes like a grumpy old man.
Oh, you're hungry. All right. I have some nuts and berries. Jerky.
Do you hold a piece of jerky out?
Yeah.
They like sniff it.
Vegetables. How did I end up with this thing? Oh my god, you're so sniffly.
Mother, there can only be one cuddly, and it is me.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, I guess I'll go into a tavern and see if I can get him something.
Okay. You wander into, I believe it called it the Missing Parrot, and you come upon the bartender you had interacted previously, who is mid-conversation, post-conversation. It's a little difficult to tell with him. And he turns and says, one moment. He turns and faces you. How may I help you? I'm so glad we all here witnessed
Dealing with a child. Right, get all the boogers. Are you good?
That was so abrupt.
It's my roommate's cat. She's got booger issues. And I was all over me. Sorry.
That was on the internet. Thank you, internet, for witnessing that. Don't clip that. Definitely don't clip that.
I'm the one who clips, so.
She who clips.
Is that better?
Wow.
Okay. Sorry. What was that line? Can you do the line again?
Oh, okay. Yibbit. How can I help you?
This child needs food.
I don't know what that child eats.
I also
yes, I
do
can
not
fetch
know
that
what
for.
this child eats.
Sorry. We'll say at this point the door opens and Cybal, you can make your entry back into the tavern if you wish.
All right. I just kind of stumble in, wearing the armor but not the helmet. I just have the helmet on my side. Gavel!
God, take this thing.
What?
I don't like children.
This teeny little thing, like their ears droop a little bit. And Cybal, you are looking at a teeny baby spirit.
The spirit, did it hatch already? That was very quick. Very quick indeed. Oh, sure. Yes, I'll I I would like to see the baby. Okay. Um, can I attempt? Look, no. Can I attempt to see if I know anything about this particular brand of spirit from what I was able to pick up about the egg?
Go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Ooh, I don't suck at those. I don't think.
Oh.
Oh, I don't suck at those. Hey,
Discoveries.
let's good. Let's go. Oh no, but I suck at rolling. That's an 8.
Okay. Um. You know what? I'm a merciful DM. Sean, don't judge me. Uh, I'll say because you had prior experience with the egg. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh yay! What the? There you go. 18. That other one
18.
just forgot its friend. The one.
So, spirits tend to require a lot of time before they're able to hatch and become a part of the grove or environment that they find themselves in. Considering the state that you found the egg in, this spirit it would have needed probably like a decade before it would have actually been able to produce itself. You have heard some theories that spirits are born of the emotions that surround them, and the more exposure that an egg has to such emotion, the faster their growth can become. So you don't quite know what kind of spirit, but you do know that it was with Maris pretty much the whole time.
I'm going to take my helmet and use my mechanist ability to transform it into just a little toy boat. Go. Here you go.
Like, how big is it?
It is about the size of an iPhone.
Okay. He like examines it. He like bites it a little bit, but he's a spirit, so like it partially like phases through the matter.
No, it's not. It's not for eating. It's for play. You imagine being on the boat. Imagine being a captain.
It thinks for a moment, and you watch its head like form a captain's hat.
I am going to need to take copious amounts of notes about this. Just go big. Just I don't understand this, but I am terribly fascinated, and this is gonna be my hyper focus all day.
We will say that a couple of days are going to go by. Obviously, you guys are going to benefit from a long rest. What do you two choose to do over these next couple of days? I will just let you know that the town is very much rife with rumors of the adventurers who had ventured into the wood to cleanse it of its corruption. So you are becoming somewhat of local heroes at this point.
Wasn't even there, but I'll take the credit.
I think Gavel pushes a lot of it off onto you. Any attention that he gets, he's like,
And yes, and with my ingenious invention, let me show you about how it blunts force so that I can take much stronger hits in the armor than I could outside the armor. Now, you would think that just being encased in metal would be enough, but that would be painful. I'd be like, man in a can.
I'm going to need just a general charisma check, just for
Oh.
fun, to see if people are really, really in tune with what you're saying.
Oh, you want me to roll my dump stat? Sure.
Yes. I said it with my full chest.
Here we go. I almost want to give myself disadvantage because I feel like that's true to the character. Yeah, that's about right.
Hold on.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
Yeah.
oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, the dice
Well-
tell a story, baby.
Sean, because this is your first time on Crit Hit Chronicles, any critical that is rolled, whether it be a success or a hilarious failure, gets marked into the chronicle. Then at the end of the year, we can review, have fun telling stories and memories and all that stuff of how fantastic and fun the game might have been. I don't know.
I love that.
I'm pretty sure most of my name in that book is critical fails. And you know what? That just feels right.
The way the dice have been treating me this week, I'll probably be right there with you.
Hey, let's hang in the bottom. You know.
To be fair, Noir, you are part of my D20 roll. My nat 20. You were there for that.
Oh
You
my
got
god,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
so funny.
He just clocked my entire shit.
You asked me to.
Oh, absolutely, I did, and you brought it.
I told you I wasn't gonna hold back. That would just be rude. So I think over these. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Cybal, as you are trying to educate the townspeople on these fantastic adventures of yours, you watch almost every one of them, like, within a moment. You watch their excitement fade to, and they meander off.
No, but I promise, physics is fun.
Now presenting Fun with Flags. LB, what does Gavel find himself up to these last couple days?
I think if there's a few days, he might find himself a spot, even if it's like outside of town, to train. Like do a run every morning, go and shadow box, punch trees if they're okay with it. I guess the forest has been weird, so
It's a valid thing to be concerned about.
See if anybody wants to spar with him. I don't know. Be in bars at night, not drinking, but just being there.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Nine.
Okay. As you are essentially practicing self-care, in the bar one night, you do see somebody across the bar. Now, I feel like Gavel would be able to tell if somebody were a warrior of some kind. There's just a sort of look about them. And there is somebody across the bar. They've got sort of medium-length dark hair with some parts of it that have been braided down, and it's sort of asymmetrical, like a 3/4 part. Their skin is pretty pale. They've got some ornamentation on their leather armor, and there is a black hood that is sort of partially pulled up to conceal some of their features, but not all of them. Not from your 9 perception.
Right. Okay.
But
yeah, Gavel will take the seat next to this person, hail the bartender, and ask for. I feel like he wouldn't ask for a glass of water because it's not going to be clean. That's not. I mean, I assume
the bartender's like, I
tap.
take offense to that.
Maybe just like a juice, perhaps.
Okay.
They have a juice type beverage.
It's a juice
and
bar.
Yeah, he's at the juice bar. And he kind of like holds his hand together and looks to the person sitting next to him, and he says, "Can I buy you a drink?"
The gentleman next to you turns his head, and upon closer inspection, this man's features are sharp. His skin is almost porcelain, and his eyes have this almost amber color to them. He kind of looks you up and down. Really?
You don't have to take it.
Awkward. Sure.
And whatever he's having.
The bartender returns with your apple juice, and slides a very expensive glass of wine across to this mysterious gentleman. The bartender then turns to you and says, "That'll be 8 gold."
Dope.
Dope.
I have 5 gold.
Okay. Well, what do you do in this moment?
That's a good question. Is there anybody sitting on the other side of me?
Yeah. There's a halfling blacksmith. You've seen him around town. Very, very friendly gentleman. Sort of always smiling. Sort of known throughout the town as being like one of the warm people of the town.
Mm-hmm. Is this coin palace out?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna steal from him.
Okay, I'm going to need you
Look,
to
I don't have any other options here. It's either that or I punch somebody, okay?
I am going to need a stealth check from you.
Sleight of hand?
You know what? We'll make it a sleight of hand.
Okay. Don't fuck me, dice. Oh, that's a 3. That's where I put 8.
Okay.
This is going well.
This is going great. This is exactly what I was hoping for. The guy that you're trying to buy the drink for sees what you're doing, and he's like, "For real, dude?"
I didn't realize your drink would be so expensive. I'm not used to it. He like motions to his monk's outfit. Says, most of the beverages I buy are around a copper or a couple of silver.
Yeah, I'm keeping that in mind. And he takes out his own coin purse, plops 10 gold on the bar, slides it across, and he turns to the bartender, looks at the bartender and says, "This is also for the glass." And he will take it and start drinking as he just goes to leave the bar.
How's the guy looking to my left?
We will say that the rest of the patrons in the bar do not seem nearly as enticing.
Like, hotness wise or physicality wise?
Yes.
Okay. Damn. Slam my juice.
All right. Well, while you two... Cybal, was there anything in addition that you would like to do other than attempt to educate the masses on the marvels of science?
I'm just saying that it might not be as flashy as magic, but really, if you learn the basics of physics, you can understand how to emulate some of the same effects. That's it. That's just he's just pleading with people at this point.
The small sprite is on your shoulder, fully asleep as you ramble on. But we are now going to shift away from Holbeck for a moment. And we're going to shift to the Attleshire Wood, where an individual is making their way through the forest. Trist, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. So, Trist is a elven woman. She stands at 6'5". She has beautiful black hair that comes down well past her back and to the lower arc, as well as pale slate armor, heavy armor adorned with sigils of her goddess, and most notably a floating crescent moon above her like a halo that seems to just rotate around her head, not attached in any way, just there. And she seems to be lost as she's been given direction but doesn't quite remember much of herself and is just carrying out whatever task has been handed to her.
Okay. As you are wandering through the wood, you know that you have to be heading north. At least that's what you tell yourself over and over. Mm-hmm. Eventually, you come upon a small pond in the middle of this forest where you can see these small motes of light sort of illuminate the woods around you. And sort of drifting as though in water, you see a spirit, a somewhat humanoid looking figure with a beautiful robe, a hood that covers any features that could be distinguished. But these robes sort of, with a breeze that's not present, sort of drifts around this gnarled, beautiful tree that's in the center of this pond. And the spirit slowly turns to regard you. Drifts a little bit closer. And it slowly starts to circle around you. And it doesn't speak, but you can feel emotion emanate from it. This is how spirits communicate typically. And you feel shock with a tinge of happiness.
Oh. Hello, spirit. I know not who you are, nor I, but you seem pleased, and I'm glad someone is.
The spirit rings around you one more time before slowly coming to rest just a few feet in front of you. You feel minor concern, but also a little bit of curiosity.
Can I insight check this ghost?
Yeah.
Cool. How do I do? Oh, I have to close down the character sheet first. I'm gonna be talking. Okay, I got a +5 to insight. Look at that. Good job,
Oh,
Trist.
shit.
Dirty 20.
Okay. What would you like to know about this spirit?
Primarily why it seemed taken aback and concerned. Like if it went from happy to upset, what's going on there?
It reacted seemingly to your words, which
Okay.
is, I mean, you sort of half admitted that you
Don't know who the ghost is.
you don't know who this is.
Mhm.
But there's this slight recognition
Mhm.
of you, almost like somebody who knows you,
Mhm.
from some valiant deed,
Mhm.
but you have never encountered them before. And you see it gesture towards a small hut, just off of that pond, where
Mhm.
you can see the makeshift symbol that you've come to know as resembling the Valiant, a guild. I'm not quite sure who, but you've seen that symbol around and you've heard it mentioned a couple of times, seemingly whenever you enter or leave a city.
Mhm. Oh. Well, yes, that's the Valiant people, and they seem to be quite important around here. Did you know them?
It just nods.
Well, I hope they did you well. I'm heading north. I believe the moon is that way, so north must be that way. Thank you. Do you know where I'm going?
Its hand slowly raises, and you can see slowly manifesting is this like mirage of a town. It's sort of nondescript, but it's mainly just identifying if you're just traveling through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm heading to town. That's good. I can find people. People are kind in towns, and I imagine I can find others.
Its form shifts, and almost like you're looking at a reflection in rippling water, its form shifts to mimic that of a human monk with wraps along their arms and somewhat medium length hair, sort of a bit of a scowl on their face.
Would it benefit you if I found this monk? Would they be of aid, you think?
The monk's image smiles and nods.
Well, I thank you, Spirit. This is more direction than I've had in, well, a matter of days, and it can be quite easy to be lost when you don't know where you're going. One thinks it could be hard, but if you have no destination, you really have nowhere to get to. And I think I would try and leave a little, like, offering at the side of the pool, like whatever offerings go to ghosts and spirits in this world, but like a thank you that spirits would appreciate.
We'll say that you've got like a small bag of like seeds
Okay.
that you leave on the ground, and the image shifts once again, and this time it sort of fades from view.
Mhm.
And as it does, you hear the creaking of wood and the shuffling of bushes as one part of the wood literally splits, and a straight path is presented
Huh.
in the northern direction that you were heading.
That can only be helpful. Follow the path.
Okay. You venture, and you know how large the Attleshire Wood is. You
Okay.
know how long it takes to navigate its entirety, and
Mhm.
yet somehow, within the span of mere minutes,
Mhm.
you find yourself at the edge of the forest, possibly another blessing from the spirits within. And in the distance, just along the coast, you see the town of Holbeck. Uh, a few, maybe an hour passes before you finally make your way through the gates, and it is quite an active town. There is a war going on, so there are several silver spears that do seem to be, marching up and down the streets. Merchants are still hawking their wares even as the moon is high in the sky. And just for fun,
Mhm.
Gavel, what would you do if somebody got a little too drunk and maybe said some unsightly stuff at the bar that you were sitting at?
To me?
Yes.
I think his protocol is do not de-escalate, but he will never throw the well, he will always throw the first punch, but as the person is throwing their punch. So
Okay.
because I have like a +8 to my initiative.
Oh my god.
usually when a fight starts, I get the first punch in.
Okay. We'll
So
say
if they're like in my face, I think just a smug smile, just waiting for it to cut, like waiting for them to make themselves angry enough
Mhm.
that I get to punch somebody.
Okay. We'll say that I believe his name was Jevrin, the hunter who had originally come back with the
Uh-huh.
spirit egg, drunken and in a rage, gets in your
Mhm.
face with the intent of starting a fight.
Mhm.
He is drunk and angry and emotional.
Mhm.
So we'll just let you have the first hit as he rears back drunkenly to try to take
Okay.
a swing.
All right. Oh, there it doesn't come. That is a 21 to hit.
Yes, that will absolutely hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage. A 21
Okay.
will definitely hit the basic hunter in town.
That's 7 non-lethal.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Tell me how you hit him so hard that he flies out the front door of the tavern.
I think as he's like off balance and like getting in my face and like poking me, he kind of rears back, and as he does, Gavel just like pushes his like the palm of his hand up into his face and pushes his nose up and like shoves through so that he goes out of the bar.
Okay.
And then he continues to walk towards him.
Sybil, where are you when this bar fight begins?
See, if people would just listen, they could see how they could take the practicality of a bar fight and apply it to science, because what we're seeing is basically formulas of velocity and like he's just I think there's just one guy that's trying to stick it out of stubbornness. I think he's just like,
you
nope.
know who it is? You know who the one guy is? Toby. Old
No.
Toby. It's like, hell, I totally get it.
Yeah, right. It's just remembering a couple of formulas, and then you can have so much more fun than just watching a bar fight. You can solve the bar fight.
You say that as the door crashes open, and Trist, you watch as a hunter collapses on the ground outside, quickly trying to fight his way to his feet, as a familiar-looking monk steps outside the bar to follow.
Hey, listen, you took my egg and I could have made so much money, but I listen, you didn't have to do that, all right? Just
You did start it. I'll punch him again.
Okay, go ahead and roll another attack.
That's a 2-7.
A 7. On 7, unfortunately, is going to miss. He quickly scrambles out of the way of your second attack, and is like crawling backwards on the ground. We'll say towards
Flurry of
Trist.
blows.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
That's a 23 and a 16.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, if he goes unconscious, then I'm done, okay? It's another 7
Oh.
and 4.
Okay. Yeah. He is absolutely unconscious.
Yeah, you just see as he like is on the ground, Gavel like walks over him, grabs his shirt, pulls him up, and just starts beating him in the face. And when he pulls back the second time and the head goes limp, he just puts it, like drops him to the ground.
Trist, seeing this, will first grab this hunter from the ground and go, "The veil is thin, but you need not pass tonight," and just cast Spare the Dying on this poor hunter.
Oh, I don't kill people. He's just unconscious.
I just witnessed violence. I've got no idea what's happening. And then
you know,
look to you and be like, "You, the trees asked me to find you. I'm not sure why, but a nice spirit by the lake formed your face and visage and asked me to come here."
is there something that I can do for you?
I think so. We've been having a bit of a problem with disappearances, and I can't handle it alone because, well, my mind has disappeared itself, but I believe you could help with that.
You're looking to hire?
What do you need as compensation?
Food, gold, been given sacks of hay.
I can make food. I remember how to do that.
That's good.
Yes.
Cybal,
Yes. I'm sorry, sir. I must leave now.
no, it's fine. We'll talk later.
Okay. I feel like I did most of the talking. I'm so sorry. Yes, Gavel. Fine showing of pugilism.
thank you. This is my friend Cybal. This fine young woman has work for us.
Hello. My name is Trist, and I'm trying to find a way to find people, I think.
I may be able to help. I think I can help. Are we helping? Is that what we're doing?
We're
right now?
helping.
We're helping. I can help. I think I can help. Well, who are we looking for?
I don't quite remember. I just know. So I woke up in town a few months ago in a graveyard, and since then have just been doing what people have asked, and people have said people are gone, but I'm not quite sure who, but I felt like it was something I should address. And then the tree spirits told me to find your kind sir friend here, and here I am.
Well, you said spirit.
Yes, a lovely forest, ocean, pond. They did many things. They liked the seeds I left, but they were in the forest. They opened
I
a
believe
shortcut,
that
which was rather helpful.
Seeds. We didn't try seeds. It was so obvious. Seeds. And I'm just looking at
The little sprite's like,
Oh, do you need seeds?
Do you have seeds?
Of course. And we'll grab a handful and hand over like just a little handful of seed.
the moment you like have seed in your hand, Like this teeny little spirit leaps from Sybil's shoulder into your hand, and you're just seeing like bits of seed like sort of fly out as the spirit immediately starts devouring them.
Oh, you have a rather rambunctious little one here.
And he starts to roll around in it like it's catnip.
Oh, that's
Oh,
unexpected.
yeah, that's
Yeah. I'm gonna
adorable.
close the rest of the. Oh, adorable's a phrase.
And disturbing all at the same time. Yes, we can. We'll. I don't. I don't have any means of magic, but I can tinker, and I suppose if there's something about this individual that you know, I can whip something up that might be able to help.
If you're a tinkerer, we have an arcanist in town who's quite good at runes and runic advancement. You could maybe ask her more.
I mean, yes, I suppose magic could assist. Um,
Do the magically inclined offend you in some way?
oh, no, no. No.
They like to think they do.
No, I just, is it magic really? Like,
All I know is that I can ask the gods for help, and that feels quite gifted. Okay.
I put a hand up.
Well, there's a shortcut through the woods. I don't know how long it will last, but it is still open.
Right. Sybil, just so you know, I think
Yes.
that this woman is speaking of the spirit that was the parent to this little one. Which I forgot what we named it. I named it. I forget.
I
can
forget
look- I
what it
can look it
was. I think we were waiting on an official name because we wanted to have a full group to
Oh,
come to a
that's true.
decision.
Um,
So for now, it is insert name here. No.
I've given it a nickname. That's how we can get away with this nickname.
was it Tack?
The nickname
Or
that
base.
I've given it is Captain because it shaped its head like a captain's hat.
as it lays in Trist's hand, its head just again, the captain's hat just materializes on its head.
Your spirit is starting to shape change quite early. You must be taking great care of it.
Oh, of course. I spend a lot of time. I'm
Your
teaching.
reaction was quite different than your friends.
I've always wanted to be a teacher. This whole hero thing. It's kind of something of necessity, but I've always wanted to teach. So having a little pupil is nice.
What would you like to
I think
teach?
children are a weakness.
Oh, well, they aren't weak once you teach them because the mind of a child is one of the most powerful things on the planet.
No, children are quite squishy. There's a reason you must maintain them so hard.
Take lots of training. I just don't have the patience.
Sybil's just got this 1,000 yards.
Besides, I think you're much smarter than a child.
I would certainly hope so. But what's the point of gaining strength or intelligence if it's not used to pass it down to the next generation?
To be the strongest.
Oh. Well, you can only maintain the strongest position for so long before age catches up with you. It's everyone.
Then I'll die.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Are you always at odds with each other?
No, we get along very well.
Okay. So I've just caught you on a rough night then?
No, this is typical.
Is this not us getting along?
I
Could be.
I think, yeah. So we're finding someone.
Yes, should I get my things?
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna need that toy boat back, Captain. Please give it back. Give it back. Give it. It's my helmet. The suit's not complete if I don't have the. Oh dear. Head protection isn't all necessary all the time, I suppose.
Yes, it
That
wasn't
is
even
quite
effective
easy to
against my
hit.
punch.
Well, yes, the head is easy to hit, especially if one is not trained in defensive maneuvers, and that was quite the punch, Gavel. I still feel it when I brush my teeth.
Well, that's why I'm here to protect you.
I appreciate that. Right at the impacted wisdom tooth. I feel it every morning.
I hear they're
You
supposed to
want me
come
to
out
pull it?
early anyway.
Yeah, it should come out at some point. I don't have the means to surgically remove it myself. And Gavel, please no, just no.
I
I'm
think I'm
okay.
quite good at medicine if you need a brief operation.
Yes, this woman that we just met. I'm sure that'd go great.
Sean hasn't checked his medicine stat.
Learning things about characters in the middle of the game.
You
I'm
know
a
what?
+5.
Oh, I was just gonna be like, I'm not even gonna wait for you to look. I'm just gonna go. Oh, let's. If we have a downtime, let's absolutely plan for something.
My thought was, I'm a wisdom caster. It has to be decent.
Oh, God. So,
Let me grab my bag.
Jesus. So anyway,
Roll for dentistry.
yeah, make a dentistry roll.
Let's see. Got a 2, so it's a 7.
Okay. So,
You know what? I'm down with this being canon. Let's go.
you will say that you begin your journey, and on one particular night, when you stop for camp, Sean, would you mind describing your approach to removing an impacted wisdom tooth?
Of course. Well, at some point I was probably quite good at it, but as things that you don't actually practice often or things you forget tend to slip, I know you have to start by just yanking. First locate the tooth and then yank, and I know that you should use a general anesthetic, but there don't seem to be any around, so I'll just cast a quick cure wounds after and
Wait,
take
what?
a little wrench and just yank as hard as I can.
Even though it is in a camp and you're gonna earn it back, you take 6 points of damage.
I will heal it right back up. Yeah. Just like as you yank, hand on face, feel better, my friend.
This magic is nice.
Oh no. Yeah, it heals over the wound, but it's still swelling.
This is fine.
Did I do a bad job?
No, this was fantastic. I'm glad you did it. Thank you.
Gavel, are they just
Basically-
incapable of admitting when something went poorly?
I've found that there is a level of social something or other that they have to be polite at all times. It's not just him, it's a lot of people. It's strange. Instead of speaking the truth, they say what would make you feel better.
But that often will just lead to circular conversation that gets nowhere.
That's what I think.
I'm glad I found you then.
I'm right here.
And I'm making you feel better.
Oh God.
Right, when the swelling goes down, you'll feel great. Right?
When the swelling goes down
Problem
in
solved.
2 to 3 days, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll
That's
be
the end of the
fine.
walk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jesus Christ. Your journey through the Attleshire Wood, as Trist mentioned, goes rather swiftly. The forest itself has a much more ethereal beauty to it. There's sort of like an ambient light, almost like you're looking at the northern lights through the trees above you. And it just gives this sort of beautiful air to the forest. The trees sort of move in a way to guide you through. And honestly, within about 2 days worth of travel, you emerge from the other side. You can see immediately up against that forest is Oxhallow Keep, a large fortress built to honor Queen Iadrathe. Uh, Sybil, why don't you go ahead and give me a memory that you have from visiting Oxhallow Keep at one point? Let's do a little bit of world and lore building, just because why not?
Uh, mm, I think I think he got taken here with his family once.
Mhm.
Um, and that's that visit kind of sparked the dreams of fighting alongside his family.
Mhm.
Um, he's taking his uh he's taking his cane and like pretending it's a sword before desperately needing to put it back. And I think some of the folks here indulged him in that, except his pops kind of yanked him away.
Okay. As you are, sorry, just saw Sean's comment in the chat. Um, as you are passing through, uh, you do spot several of the silver spears who do recognize you, and from a distance give a wave um, of greeting as you pass by, and you just feel this little bit of belonging, however slight, but it's there when they see you. Did you want to stop at the keep or no?
I think sounding the way he does right now, and also not having his helmet, he's a little insecure. So it's just one of those. If nobody suggests we stop here, I am not going to be the one to suggest it.
Okay. You continue forward along the coast of the Thessalon Ocean until you come to a nicer town, Sevedura. Holbeck is very much a merchant's port. Several bars and small huts that sort of make up that town, which is consistently seeing activity from the Silver Spears. It kind of gives it this rough aesthetic, whereas Sevedura is very prim and proper. There's nice cobblestone in the roads. The roofs are well kept and almost have this um, sort of, I imagine like a Tim Burton sort of like lean to them. It just has this sort of nice, somewhat off putting aesthetic, but not awful. Um, the lanterns along the road lead you further in, and there are some small cafes. You see a nice winery that is standing open, the Wild Rose Winery. Um, there are some silver spears about, but not nearly as much as Holbeck. And the town seems relatively at peace, except you see everybody's sort of looking over their shoulder as they're moving through the town. Everybody seems a little on edge. What do you choose to do? I'll say it's just about sunset when you are arriving in Sevedura.
I'm I'm gonna put the helmet back on. I'm gonna assume that I'm able to at some point
Yeah.
slip that toy boat away, turn it back into my helmet. Um, and I'm gonna put the fake voice on. Um, he kind of uses that to have false confidence. Uh, then it's just look looking for the other two to kind of show interest in something, and if not, then immediately making their way to the tavern.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, Trist,
Yes.
what, where should we start?
Well, if you wanted to meet the Arcanist, she could probably help us. If we don't go to her, we'll probably hear her in a matter of moments. That
you
would be
hear
her.
you hear a small explosion and the ground shakes just a little bit, but nobody seems particularly thrown off. You do see one sort of crooked tower in the distance where a nice plume of smoke starts to emanate from the windows at the very top floor.
We could also go to the grave I woke up at, or we could go to the winery, depending on your fancy and where we think might be best?
Well, we should find out who we're looking for first, and then we should look for them,
I'm glad I
right?
found you. That's a good plan.
I love how
He
Trist is
nods.
like, I'm a leaf on the wind. Tell me where to go.
Trista's head empty, just goals, but does not know what the goals are.
Bless.
I'm marking that down. Head empty, just goals. That is a shirt. That needs to be a thing.
To the Arcanist.
Sure. We can take her to Izzy's tower. I mean, you now know where it is, but I can lead the way on the streets. They can be quite windy. And I'll lead the way over to Izzy's tower.
Okay. As you make your way through the streets, you're seeing more and more of that occurrence of small pockets of people who are looking over their shoulder at anybody who's coming down the alleyway. They're regarding each other with suspicion, while others seem to bond closely and sort of cling to each other for some sort of security. Um, as you approach the tower, you see this large wooden door that still stands closed. You can see a couple of spots where there might have been a metal plate sort of hammered into place to repair a possible damage to the door at some point. But it stands closed before you.
Trista will go up and knock, and Izzy, the tree spirits told me to find these people, and you can tell us what to do now.
Tree spirits, you just hear through the door, and you hear a bunch of clattering, like pots and pans being like pushed down a set of stairs. You say, 1 second, just until finally you hear a large wooden block be removed from the other side of the door, and the door opens, and you're immediately met with thick, dark smoke that sort of pervades the air in front of you. Sorry, hold on. And you see a small glint of arcane magic, and a gust of wind passes through and dissipates the smoke before you. You see standing before you a mage about 20 years old. She has long, brown, almost black, curly hair with bangs that sort of awkwardly hang in front of her eyes that she continually tries to push out of her face. She's got a bespeckled face, plenty of freckles. The glasses are thick, basically like Coke bottles, that sort of magnify her eyes a little bit. Her robes are a little loose on her, but she continually kind of like pulls up one of the shoulders, so she's not being improper. Um, and she just has this big smile on her face, and she says, "Wait, you saw tree spirits? That sounds so cool."
Yes, they took the form of this kind sir here and opened the way through the forest, sent me to them, and now we're back.
She immediately takes out a journal. Shape changing spirits confirmed. Okay.
There's one here if you need to see it. We'll
What?
point to Captain.
Oh my god! And she immediately like steps towards Sybil.
Gavel steps in between.
Oh, sorry. I just kind of get a little ahead of myself. Sorry. I just you're adorable. And you see Captain, a teeny little bit of blush on their cheeks. Sorry. Hi, I'm Izzy, resident arcanist of Sevedura. How are you? How may I help you?
Well, the people that have been going missing.
Right. There was another one last night. Um, there, I've been trying to get to the spot where people last saw him. Come in. And Izzy leads you into her tower, which is not enchanted like any other mage's tower. It is just a crooked, winding tower that, as you look up, you're kind of marvel at whatever is keeping this thing standing. You see several tables of arcane scrolls and schematics, and some equipment used to what might be identify magical artifacts in the corner. You see a small little cracked frame of Izzy with her family, smiling with her two parents. Um, but she eventually like sifts through the paper and pulls out a map of Sevedura, and she marks, "I- it's here in the courtyard. That's where people saw Marvin. That was the latest one to go. He's the blacksmith. Um, this one has everyone on edge. Marvin was kind of well liked, and so reasonably, people are kind of starting to comb through the city trying to get what they can, but nobody's really found anything yet. So,
Would you imply if people are concerned that Marvin is liked, the others were not?
well, no, they, not like that. Sorry. Sometimes social things are difficult to explain for me.
Gavel turns to Sybil and leans directly into his ear and goes, I don't know about you, but I think she's perfect for you. You should shoot your shot. I mean, when we're done, obviously.
So with the dark Batman voice modulator, he tries to whisper, but it comes out way too loud.
I don't know. It's not something that I'm not looking for a relationship right now.
She kind of perks up. Oh, is that a voice modulator installed into your suit? That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Shoves him forward.
Triss steps out of the way.
I don't know what you said, but it sounded intimidating.
Really?
I mean, is your mouth full or something?
Kinda.
It was a
Dental
minor
surgery
operation.
recently.
Oh, got it.
It
Well-
went well.
It sounds like it. So anyway, and she goes on to say, well, that makes 3 different merchants in the span of a week. The other 2 were weapons merchants from far to the west. I strangers to the town. It's not necessarily downplaying their social impact on everybody in the community. It's more just now they've lost one of their own, so people are a little on edge. But yeah, I did see some of the members of He Who Crafts, their temple. They've started to kind of step in to try to offer assistance to any loved ones or anybody who might know any information. The Silver Spears are kind of, well, not being very cooperative, unfortunately.
Well, good on them for stepping in where they can. Perhaps we owe them a visit?
I mean, sure. I do see that their temple kind of seems like their doors are open all throughout the night, so it could be worth a shot. I don't typically step into temples. Just kind of a weird vibe. My parents are very
No.
religious. I never really got into it, so
I get
That's
it.
extremely respectable. It's not for everyone.
yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to. You're of a I
Oh,
didn't.
don't worry. I'm just here to make sure that people pass when they need to. I have no real affiliation to the other deities.
Okay, well, well, if you want, I mean, you're here and all. I'm so sorry. I didn't even. I'm Izzy. Isabel. I've been practicing magic for 2 years.
Oh, God.
I didn't. She clocks that and it's like, uh,
Hits the back of your knee.
Oh,
I didn't. Well, I trained under Master Arhu, but that was relatively short-lived. But if you need any arcane enchantments or runes, that I'm a rune specialist. So if you need additional enchantments to your
Runes, not rooms. Understood.
yeah, I mean there are some rooms in the tower, but that's not my specialty. So
Well, if you're offering, we'd love to stay.
oh yeah, oh absolutely. Please come with me, and she leads you up the rickety staircase. And you see she steps with methodically, like she knows what parts of which step are secure. She says, walk this way. Some of the wood is a little less secure. It's in the plans to fix up the tower, though. It's fine. and I will need everybody to make me just a straight dexterity check, just for fun.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Man, you could have just
Hey.
been like, I want to see you fail.
That's a 19 minus 1 for an 18.
Okay.
How do I-
21.
Oh, there
Okay.
it is. Huh. Oh, 16.
Okay. You guys managed to follow Izzy up the stairs. There are a couple spots where it's not so much that the step like gives, it's more that you realize that there's a little bit of distance between the stairs and the wall. And you realize that this staircase is standing on its own and not built against the wall of the tower. So there's a teeny little wobble moment before you make it up to the next floor secure.
I think I'll show my engineering and just use my hover boots.
As you hover up, she says, that's kind of cool. How many tricks do you have up your sleeve? That's kind of cool."
Many.
Gavel, would
do-
you like to join me in the kitchen? I believe I promised you
Yes, do you
dinner.
mind if we?
Wait.
No, it's fine. There might be some stuff in the kitchen that you can. Yeah, it's fine.
Are we eating?
Stay. We wander off.
Yeah, you two wander off. You find a sort of small half kitchenette, which has been used sometimes, but it's kept relatively clean. As Izzy and Cybal remain in the main laboratory, you can see several different rune stones that all have different carvings. Some are intact. Others are small shards that have sort of exploded out from a particular spot on the workbench. But you see many different spell books and enchantments all sort of dotted around her workshop.
He's gonna just look at one of the spell books and go, can I? It's just imagine the mouth stuff.
I imagine the mouth stuff.
I mean, we've been traveling for a couple days, right?
I'll say yeah. It'll say it's starting. It'll say it's starting to heal.
Yeah.
Finally. Oh yeah. No, go ahead. I'm on the third chapter of this particular book. It's really interesting. Just sometimes my head kind of goes a million miles an hour and I can't really focus on what I'm reading.
Can I do an Unchained Arcana check to have like this engineer looking at a spell book and just to see if he can make any sense of this?
Absolutely.
$16 again.
16. It's advanced. You can't help but pull off of your own experiences with some of your own diagrams and prototypes that you've built, and how complicated those machinations can be. And as you are observing, obviously, some sort of creation from a magical perspective, you can kind of understand what she's saying. And you do manage to fit a couple of rudimentary ideas together in your mind.
This is just nonsensical math, but he doesn't say that. He just. Okay. Puts it back.
Yeah, it's not that exciting. Well, I mean, it's magic. It's kind of, really exciting, being able to do things that are outside the, abilities of regular people,
I suppose there's more than one way to accomplish a task.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
your your suit looks decent.
Yeah. I went for a lot of the shock in the whole shock and awe thing. I hope it works to deter enemies from wanting to engage in
Hmm.
combat with me. But
I feel like it could deter many things from you.
yeah, yes. That's. I'm actually developing a repelling system that will repel metals away as an extended extra layer of protection.
Oh, yeah, I actually did find a spell that does it's a shield spell. And it actually it
Mhm.
comes as a scroll, so I don't have any, weight added to my form or anything whenever I have to cast it. So
Weight added to one's form doesn't have to be a deterrence with the simple application of leverage, but I understand. I understand.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
for us
Yeah.
spellcasters, we don't typically need to wear anything heavy. We just, sort of cast magic and figure it out.
I understand that. I don't have to do shadow puppets with my hands to accomplish things either.
Okay.
All right.
And we cut back to the kitchen. What do you two talk about while you're letting them have this moment?
I imagine he can do quite well on his own, yes?
No.
Oh, I thought you were trying to create a situation for them. That's why I asked us to come here.
No, that was you picked it up on it properly. I don't have any faith that he's not acquainted with the opposite sex very well.
Ah, did they frighten him?
They seem to, yes.
That's a shame. I'm sure it can be overcome.
One would hope. Like I said, I'm not much for teaching, but perhaps if I continue to push him in the direction,
Yes, I
he'll
thought it was
find his way.
quite literal a push. It gave every sign anyone should need.
One would think, but his minds are more on mechanics than they are on machinations.
I see.
Quick cut back, and she says, "I can cast fire directly from my hand."
Oh, congratulations! You're a caveman. Uh, I'm sorry. That was impulse. Impulse. What I meant to say was that is an impressive feat.
Hmm.
Watch, I can do it too. He pulls out a lighter. Abracadabra.
We come back and they're making out. Like,
I imagine there's enough here to make a good soup.
that's not a fatty one, but it could be the case. And I
Yes.
don't know how long we should give them.
Yeah, well, I don't imagine, if Izzy said it's been a few days, that she's eaten well, so a fatty soup might do us all a bit of good after travel and study.
I suppose. I'll chop the vegetables then.
As you two begin cooking a nice healthy soup, and as Cybal and Izzy continue to bicker back and forth on which approach is better, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. So to our chat, thank you so much for watching. Stick around for a couple minutes. We'll be back with more awkwardness, I'm sure, and definitely not any more bickering at all. That would be weird. But thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. If you have to, stand, eat some food, get some water, take your medicine if you hadn't, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Oh my god, it's the internet again. They never left. Hi, internet. Welcome back to our totally fine and not awkward at all soup dinner with Izzy the Arcanist in Sevedura. You all I imagine you guys are all sitting at her table. There's a bunch of scrolls and spell books about, but you've sort of made enough room for your bowls. And Izzy is just sort of half-heartedly glaring in Sybil's direction as she has a little bit of soup.
I purposely take the helmet off and transform it into a spoon. I'm
That can't be sanitary. Spit on your face.
We did bring up 4 spoons.
Nah, that's okay.
Mm. Yes, it's
Okay.
not. It doesn't count unless you use something mechanized to do anything, right?
Oh no, it's just that I can all day, every day, without getting tired and needing a nap. Good soup.
Thank you.
So about these people who have been going missing, the reason why
Yes.
we're here. Very sad, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um. The first two were sort of strangers. They sort of made appearances throughout the town, but not really enough to warrant any particular worry of these random merchants. But Melvin, that's something different. Um, uh, I don't know. It's worrisome to say the least. If I had, hmm, well, I would start with maybe talking with some of the townspeople. They don't really talk to me
Mm.
very much. They think
Are
I'm
you
a
off
little
putting?
dangerous, so
Oh.
yeah. I may have accidentally hurt someone's house with one of my last experiments. Um, some of the stones sort of shot out and I guess lit some of their roof on fire. But that was a 1 in a million chance of that happening, and I've since modified my. We're getting off topic. They don't really talk to me as much. In fact, Trist is kind of the only person I've really talked to in the last several months.
I've only been here 2 months, so that's rather sad.
I don't talk to many people.
I talk to everyone as long as they want to.
Sounds exhausting.
Most of them don't want to.
Right. Well, we'll go talk to the townspeople. I'm sure the three of us are charismatic enough to make something happen.
Okay, well, uh, and she'll cast another small glare in Sybil's direction before she says this next thing. If you need any enchantments, I promise I can only apply safe ones. I wouldn't want to put you in danger in case my magic is still a little temperamental.
I don't.
It's okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much for the soup. I can sort of try to gather what information I can from here, but I'm afraid it's not going to be all that much. But I would definitely check the temple to He Who Crafts. They might have some more info for you.
Can you tell us where that is?
Yeah, sorry, sort of forgot here. It's
You apologize a lot.
Hmm?
You apologize a lot.
Oh, it's sort of a habit. Sorry. I will work on it.
Good.
She leads you to a window, and this tower, from being as rickety as it is, when you look out the window, just as the sun is finally set, it's quite a view, and you get a nice, beautiful image of the town. And she points to a very well kept, older building with a few spires that sort of climb up from the small, or from the stone walls that surround it. You can see there are symbols to He Who Crafts dotted throughout its small like torchlight, in that every torch is what looks to be a forge, like a small imitation forge. Um, and you can see the flickering lights inside the building that signify that people are still awake and seems that the temple is still open for anybody who wishes to pay homage. Yeah.
Just really quickly, as a bit of a dick move. As we're leaving the tower, can I see if there's anything structurally wrong with it?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You're about to break Izzy's tower, aren't you?
No, I'm just, clear. Oh, damn! No!
What'd you get?
I rolled a 2 for a total of 5.
Okay.
Don't we have like some kind of point? Doesn't Tales of the Valiant have a point?
It
thing?
does.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you for mentioning that. Hey, chat. Tales of the Valiant has a luck system.
Yeah.
Every time you fail a check in combat, you get
Oh.
1 luck point. I'll say in the span, I will say this, in the span of tonight's session, every one of you has earned 2 luck. That is something I need to be better about. So
No, I don't want luck points. I have too many.
well, if you hit 5 and you go over, I need you to roll a d4.
I am going to hold on to my shard of creation, which is the hat that turns into everything, or the helmet. And I am going to use the ability Inspire, which allows me to add a d6 to an ability check.
Okay.
And then I will wait. Am I allowed to roll again? Wait, what is? I forgot what the luck point did. I zoned
So
out.
luck is 1 for 1 as a bonus to your result.
Oh,
Now,
then
if you hold on, I just want to get the number right on how much luck that you can spend, because if you spend enough, you can give yourself advantage on a check.
That's what I was thinking. I knew there was something, but I.
And say for those in chat who may not know, if you get 5 and have to roll a d4, what's that about?
Whatever result you get at the end is how much luck you now have. So
Ah.
Gavel now only has 1 luck point.
See, chat, we all learned things today.
You can spend 3 luck to re-roll a d20 used for the check.
Hey, GM, you know what it is. You know what's happening. I'm spending those three.
Oh, I
I'm doing
figured.
a reroll, and I'm using Aspire because spite.
Because spite. Thank you for the eat the wet, Shadow.
All right, it's not much better, but we gonna make it work. I need a D6 because I don't know how to roll singular die on the Foundry.
If only there were some physical items that could be used to come up with a number.
Okay, 19.
19. The staircase that leads up, as mentioned earlier, is a little separated from the wall. And there are a couple of support beams that are sort of just holding on. You don't know how long it's going to last, but you know at some point those beams are going to break and that whole staircase is going to come tumbling down.
Okay. That's enough. That's all.
Jesus. Izzy leads you all to the door and says, you're welcome to stay here if you need a place to stay for the night. It's not much, but it's something. I have a couple of bedrolls. I there's the bedroom, but I rarely sleep in there. I'm so focused on my work. I typically sleep in my lab, but there are a couple spots that we can make use of.
Understood. Thank you. Quite kind.
Well, thank you for the soup. It was quite delicious.
Goodbye.
So take care.
Yes.
Be safe.
Bye.
Be seeing you, Izzy.
See you. And she gives one more look to Cybal, almost like a last ditch hope that there's like maybe just a teeny bit of a connection there.
I think he's going to write something really quickly and then roll it up to make it look like a scroll and just leave it on the table as he goes.
She rolls her eyes and the door slams behind you. What did you
What
write
the
on your
fuck?
scroll?
Uh, he wrote. He estimated how long that staircase has. And a solution, a cost-effective one. Um, it might have said abracadabra. Here's an actual useful scroll.
Such a dick move. Such a dick move. I love it so much. But yes, Gavel, I believe you said what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Something wrong, Gavel.
Has a perfectly fine woman of intelligence in front of you, something that you seem to hold in high regard, and you fumble the bag, as our dear friend says.
What bag? Was I supposed to get a bag?
We set it up that
Yes.
you could have a new friend, and you quite literally fucked it up.
Oh, no, Izzy was nice. Yeah, I, I, I don't know how I feel about magic. It leaves a bad taste. I think people use it as an excuse to not study.
Did people not say the same of your Arcanotech about your dedication to training and strength?
Well, I'm using my engineering to emulate what happens naturally.
And yet is still not natural.
I think it's rather natural.
No, this is natural. That is made, just as magic is.
It's just the natural progression of things. We discover fire, we make the wheel, and now we do this.
Did we not discover magic? And I imagine this is as we're walking and talking
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
temple.
yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is you have to hold polite conversation if you want to get anywhere with someone of interest.
I think that I was rather polite. We did get a little not heated. I think that our conversation had a little bit of a rhythm to it that might be somewhat off-putting to others, but I'm sure I'm sure there's no hurt feelings.
Look, if we're going to be in town for a few days, the progression of things is going to have to be a bit faster, if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't. What progression?
Apologize and tell her how you feel.
I feel that magic is stupid.
Do you
Did you
think
want me
she's
to tell
pretty?
her that?
Do you find her attractive?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't consider. Huh.
Sometimes, if you find someone attractive, but don't agree with the things that they do, if you're never going to see them again, it doesn't matter.
I genuinely don't know if I found them attractive.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to interlude. I have to interrupt. That solid 3 seconds of silence, I saw the math equations go across Noir's mind.
Like in his mind when he's picturing it, like there's just a big question mark in the silhouette of Izzy's just.
Welcome to He Who Crafts.
Oh.
That was a rather short walk.
You all
That's just how long
approach-
it took him to think.
Maris is going to be pissed when she hears about this.
You all approach the temple to He Who Crafts, and you can hear what sounds like hammers hitting metal deep within this large stone building. Standing out front, holding a lantern that mimics the torches sort of dotted around the property, is this older dwarf with somewhat balding hair that has been sort of combed back as best as possible. Well kept beard, not super long, actually kept rather close shaven. But as he holds his hand up with the lantern, you can see many, 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 many scars, many signs of a smith's hands as he stands with a welcoming look. Oh, welcome. I wasn't expecting out of towners, given our current predicament. Welcome. Are you here to pay homage?
Oh, no, we're here to find the missing people.
Ah, yes. Dreadful. Quite dreadful. Please, would you like to step inside?
Sure.
He leads you inside, and as you do, you see several small, they look like shrines, but every shrine is its own anvil. There are blacksmith's tools dotted throughout this well crafted stone building. And in the center of this room is a large brazier uh, with a towering flame. I had to, last night, last night someone said brazier, like bra, and I second guessed myself. Moving on. Big towering flame, big torch. And there are several what look like priests, all wearing similar robes to the dwarf that you are following, um, laser focused on whatever it is they're crafting. You see some people making weapons, other people making armor. One seems to be crafting what looks like the end of like a wizard's staff, this beautiful sort of spiral like contraption made out of pure iron. Um, as this dwarf walks, he says,
Yes, we've been doing a little bit of investigating of our own. This town is quite dear to us. I am the keeper. I am Hardrick. This is my temple. We've managed to deduce that there's possibly somebody out on these streets who are picking these people up for some nefarious purposes. We've actually managed to deduce that there's some hooded and cloaked individual sort of snatching people up in the middle of the night. So we've been advising those to walk with a lantern or some sort of light source to prevent this shadow from taking them so abruptly.
Are you sure it's just one?
Well, no, we haven't managed to confirm if it is a singular entity or if it is in fact multiple, but the description is all the same. Something emerging from the shadows itself. It's something possibly monstrous.
What
Hmm.
leads them to believe that?
Oh, they hear this a sort of a growl, a snarl of some kind, something unearthly, um, almost like the hiss of a snake.
Can I see if I may have heard of something like this?
go ahead and make me a nature check.
Let me just check on something here.
Let me see how nature I am. That's a sentence I fucked up.
You just
Nah, it's definitely let's see how nature I am.
Okay, you know what? Don't clip that. Don't clip it.
I'm so nature.
I'm so nature. God damn it.
I think I can use inspire again.
Can you use that on yourself?
Yeah.
Oh
The chart
shit.
has a number of charges equal to your intelligence modifier, and you regain all expended charges on a long rest. And I'm smart, y'all. Uh,
Shit.
so I've got two more uses uh, of inspire, and I'm gonna use one now.
Okay.
Huzzah! And then I'm gonna add my d6. I lost my d6. I have another d6.
I lost my D.
Oh yay! That's 17.
17. Um.
Oh, this was the d6. I put it back.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
The description that Hardrick is giving, it could be one of two things. It could be a yuan-ti, very good at navigating through the shadows. It could also be just a demonic shadow. So it kind of falls into two different categories on what this could possibly be, but you have narrowed it down to those two.
I see. If I think he's gonna lean on Yuan-Ti because that's concrete, like that's something factual.
Mm.
And so it's just a matter of
applies to monsters too, huh? Interesting.
Am I racist?
We ask the hard-hitting questions
We don't
here
do
at
that in this
Hit
game.
Chronicles.
We don't do that in this game.
Am I magicist?
I feel like we also don't do that.
Yeah, no. It's more a classist, if you know what I'm saying.
Awful lot of wizards in here is all I'm saying.
Oh,
We are in the cleric temple. You just need to learn who does what.
He said it with the hard D. Anyway, that's funny on 2 levels. No,
I will take away levels, Noir.
I apologize for nothing. Yeah, he's just gonna start putting together tactics for dealing with a Yuan-Ti ambush.
Okay. Any other questions for Hardrick?
Do you know how many people total have gone missing?
Oh, well. So far, 3. 2 were traveling merchants, arms merchants of some kind. One specializing in what looked like firearms or something similar. Another one was more favored blades, small ones, possibly meant for some of the more unsavory types, but those dexterous enough to make them useful. And it was Melvin. He was our smithy. He was a former member of this temple, but we still regard him with respect and love. He decided to carry his craft outside the temple to He Who Crafts, and as such, we've allowed him that distance. Unfortunately, he dealt with some unsavory elements in his time here, so we thought it best to leave him be.
Was anyone upset by that?
Oh, surely not. Everyone sort of regarded him and allowed him that grace. He was a bit of a fiery sort, less focused on the craft and more on the gain, sort of a mercantile focus on crafting. And while we understand that business and whatnot are important, that is not the purpose of He Who Crafts. It is merely to give our will physical form.
Sure. Is there anyone who would be upset by those using their skills, the skills that you folks practice, for monetary gain?
And he thinks for a moment. And as he does, you hear an alarm bell in the city.
Oh no, not another one. Torches out.
And he sort of shouts to some of his priests, who immediately light lanterns and torches. And say, there was another...
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Being a light cleric, I'm supposed to have dancing lights, and I think I only don't have it because Sean the human fucked up the character sheet. But it's not showing up as a cantrip. Cool. I'd like to just cast dancing lights one above each of us as a light source for us. And as a light domain cleric, it doesn't require concentration. It's just, we've got it.
All right, sounds good.
I take away Sybil's.
You get this back when you learn to be nice.
Yeah. When you say magic's good, I'll give you the protection from the dark.
defiantly lights a torch.
I'm gonna start running in the direction of the. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna run in the direction of the alarm.
Okay.
Oh, we don't. Oh boy. Okay.
Uh,
I'm fast.
You-
Fast as fuck, boy. I have a movement speed of 40.
No, I know. It was just there was no
Ah.
space between fuck and boy, so it sounded like fast as fuck boy.
Oh, I
I'm
heard
fuck boy.
fastest fuckboy.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Fast as fuck, boy.
Understood. Got it. On the same page now. Gavel, you dash through the streets, and the orb of light that Trist had manifested slowly chases after you, but you are quite fast. The buildings sort of whir past you, and you can hear the sounds of tense conversation. And you realize that the alarm bell is coming from the direction of Izzy's tower. As you all run closer and closer, Gavel, you come upon the door of Izzy's tower that has been what looks like blasted open. And there is just darkness within.
Which way?
It was blasted inward.
Ah. I see. What's she taking?
You step inside.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
Okay.
I've got a glowing light above my head.
I'm a Sims character. All right. Okay. As you step inside, make me a perception check.
Okay. Okay. Wisdom. 2.
Okay.
You
You
get to go back in your cage.
Oh no. As you step inside and take a quick look around, all of the lights inside the tower are dark.
Mhm.
It is almost pitch black, but you can tell that it looked a little messy and a little disorganized before, but now there are some clear signs of some sort of struggle that took place. You don't hear anything.
I can't track anything. I'm a monk. I walk outside and you guys as you approach, you see Gavel outside just doing this.
I would like Cybal and Trist to both make perception checks.
21.
6.
Okay.
Maybe the dancing lights are a little brighter than the torch, but you know what? I'm not gonna admit that.
As you were on the approach, the tower just looks dark, empty.
Is there? Seeing that it's a tower, are there any windows on the top of it?
Yes.
I'd like to unfurl the wings, which are just really for show, and use my rocket boots. Rocket boots.
I love that you have to have the wings to activate your rocket boots.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm on the same page.
It's for
It's a package deal.
stabilization, obviously.
Yes. What do they give you a fly speed?
So as an action, I can go vertical. I can just go vertical as an action.
Okay. Yeah. You activate your rocket boots and you straight up to the windows at the top of the tower.
Are there any lights coming from inside?
Make another perception check.
Okay, let's do it. I just gotta give my dice a talking to. Listen, we can hit double digits. It's something I've seen you do it. There you go. 13?
With a 13, no light. is coming from within the tower.
Then I would like to use another augmentation if I could. I was actually just gonna use this augmentation to scam somebody, but now it's actually gonna be useful. I would like to activate dark vision with my detecting augment on my helmet.
Okay. You
Uh,
flick on the dark vision, and immediately what was once pitch black is now illuminated a little bit for you. As you peer through the window, you can see further signs of some sort of struggle. What strikes you, though, is that you all left relatively recently. And I mean within, honestly, maybe about a half an hour. And no sound emanated from the tower whenever what happened. But you can see the remnants of the soup that you had just had a few moments prior sort of spilled along the ground. You can see several of the tables that Izzy had used to store spellbooks and scrolls had been destroyed. And some of the supplies inside has also been tampered with. Books have been destroyed, torn in two.
I'll end my turn right after this. The detecting augmentation says you imbue an item with magical capabilities to enhance perception. You touch the item and you can use an action to activate one of the listed effects. And the listed effects are dark vision, invisivision, magic vision, and x-ray vision. So he's just going to cycle between detect magic.
Wow, you really are Batman.
I love this class so much, dude. So
Okay.
first he's gonna take a look around to see if there's anyone invisible. Next he's gonna do a detect magic, and finally X-ray vision. But he can go to somebody else
Okay.
too.
While Cybal is currently flying towards the top of the tower, Trist and Gavel, what are you guys doing?
I think Trist, having a sense of danger, will pull out her scythe and cast light along the blade so it's now glowing a bright 20-foot radius of bright light.
Okay.
And be walking in just ready to attack the first thing that may swing at them.
Okay.
Yes.
I will ask someone outside, how did you know to sound the alarm?
You spot a woman, well dressed, and she says, "Oh, I was just working the winery across the way. I'd seen the door had been destroyed, and the first thing I thought was that another one had been taken. So I approached the guard."
And you had nothing to do with this?
No, I was at the winery. I work there. I was serving drinks. You can ask
And you
anybody.
just happened to look outside?
What? There is a window. Yes, sometimes I look outside to see if there are other patrons on their way into town.
I'm gonna do an insight check. I'm sure this
Okay.
woman's fine. Gavel just doesn't know what else to do right now.
Is this within line of sight that Trist could say, yes, they work at the winery?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
I believe that they work at the winery. Sorry, Simon. Insight, and that is a +2, so 9.
You don't know. Something strikes you as weird.
You know, usually the first person to sound the alarm had something to do with it.
What? No, you can ask anybody in the winery. I was in there the whole time. I didn't do anything. And some of the guards kind of step up like, "Oh, no, it's all right, miss. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this."
Like they're standing up for me. They have no
Yeah, they're
fucking
kind
idea who
they're
I
not like
am.
they're not directly calling you an asshole, but they're
Yeah.
kind of they're acting like you're an asshole.
You did say the silver spears are not on the public side right now.
Yeah.
That's
The
kind of true.
implication is there.
Yeah.
All right. I shall check out your alibi.
I'll
She's
go get a
like-
glass of wine.
Yeah.
she clutches her pearls a little bit. Sybil,
Yes.
You switch to detect magic,
Mhm.
and you detect. Well, let me just double check a thing because I know how this works. And for those of you who are like, you don't know the schools of magic, like, I know the schools of magic. I just don't know what spell works with what. Oh God! Just give me a second.
School of Magic.
I said it.
No one
Please.
said anything, by the way. Calm down.
In your defense, I hate that part of the spell, and every time a player asks, I say, I don't know the one that makes sense.
Yeah. You can detect with your detect magic vision faint remnants of illusion magic, sort of blanketed through the inside of the tower. And when you activate your X-ray, make me another perception check.
Ooh. All
At
right,
advantage from
dice.
the X-ray vision.
I'll say with advantage, sure.
You're a real one for that. That'll be a 21.
21. You can see through the walls to the chambers within, and other than more evidence of some sort of struggle that took place, nothing jumps out at you. There's nothing moving. There's nothing living inside the tower other than those who are investigating at the ground floor.
I think I'm gonna kind of stick my head out the window to see if I see my friends
Okay.
and go, I do believe I found something.
What?
Uh magic. Used to hide things. Really more of a trick of the light. If magic were magic, then why do they all give the same energy signal? I mean, really, it's just a manipulation. Not important right now. I found something.
The teeny little spirit, as you start on a rant again, it starts like flicking your cheek.
Stop messing with the voice modulator.
It starts like cranking up and down and up and down.
Guys, I brought something, and I need you up here.
Trist?
Trist will head as carefully as possible up the barely suspended stairs, using probably their scythe as a cane to make sure that all balance is needed is maintained.
Okay. You remember which steps to take. So you managed to make your way up to the second level without issue. As you do, some of the silver spears do follow along. Some sort of secure the base floor, and two sort of move up with you. Gavel, do you stay on the main floor?
No, I'll follow Trist.
Okay. You all make it to that second level where just maybe an hour before you had been having some soup with Izzy. Now the table is destroyed. Books lay defaced on the ground. Scrolls are torn up. Some of the dishes had been shattered and pieces scattered across the ground. What do you do?
Can I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Sure.
Okay, I would like to know if there have been an aberration, a celestial, an elemental, a fae, a fiend, or an undead within 30 feet of here. And also, if there was a place or object within 30 feet that's been magically consecrated or desecrated, it can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead.
Okay. You cast the spell.
How do I cast? Do I just click the box and it works?
Oh, should you? Yeah.
Cool.
Done. You cast the spell, and nothing seems to jump out at you.
No, nothing evil was here, and nothing good was here either. You might be onto it with your not demon theory.
Alright, so perhaps a UNT. Can't say I've ever seen one before. Are they dangerous? You muted them.
Yeah.
That's a rather broad question, and suitable numbers, and with the proper ambush tactics and superior
I
weaponry.
feel like there could be a simple yes or no in the moment.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry about that. What was the follow-up question? I apologize.
You're
Oh no,
good.
it's all right. I was asking what we know about UNT,
Ah, got it.
if they're dangerous.
I'll say make me a history check.
Double digits.
Intelligence.
Double digits. Double digits. Double digits. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, are we all
13.
rolling? Okay.
5.
Nat 1
Oh, well.
with no modifier. I lost my memory. How can I be expected to know about these guys?
That's fair.
Yeah.
They're probably some sort of
Yeah.
creature with legs. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I know what they're not.
What was the highest? What was it? 13?
13. Yeah.
13. I'll say with the 13, you know that there are some colonies of Yuan-Ti that typically exist out on the ocean that sort of make it a point to harry, wandering vessels and the odd ship from the Survivors Isles to the north. But Yuan-Ti on land, that's strange. It's at this point
Uh-oh.
that one of the silver spears sees a small scroll, picks it up, and just curiously opens it and sees somebody was inspecting the stairway.
um,
Sir?
yes. Huh? No, this is serious, and we should find out what happened here. We don't have time for civil engineering, which is a practical, useful skill for people to study
Is
and
that why
understand.
you chose that name?
I didn't choose my name. My father chose my name. It's a very touchy subject.
The silver spear says, "Wait, so just to clarify, did you see Izzy this evening?"
Yes, we were probably the last ones to see her before she was taken.
We're here about half an hour ago. We made that soup.
Interesting. And that silver spear looks to the other one that's on the same floor as you, and they have this small little moment of recognition. And you're from elsewhere. Clearly not from Sevedura.
I'm from here-ish.
I'm from far away.
Are we incriminating ourselves?
Well,
No,
yes.
we were at the guild. Oh, no, we were at the guild when we heard the alarm. You can speak to, Hardwick?
Hardwick.
Ah, right. But before that, you were here.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So you would have had an opportunity to get up to something possibly nefarious.
We tried to
I
set
don't
that
think our
up, but
soup was
Cybal
that
wouldn't
bad.
take the lead.
The
Right.
only nefarious thing here is the shoddy craftsmanship of the architecture. Oh, and the crime.
I'm going to
Oh, and the crime.
I'm marking that one down too as a shirt. Oh, and the crime. And I mean it. I'm going to make shirt designs with these. I'm going to need a persuasion check from someone.
Oh, not me. No. Not with my negative one.
I can try. I've been around longest, unless Gavel really wants to. Okay, let's see. We got a 4. We got a 15, so a
Oh, I thought
19.
you
Okay.
said you
No,
rolled
we got a
four. I was like,
+4. No, we got a +4.
15.
No, 19.
Oh, a 19 total.
Yeah, 15 plus 4.
Got it. Ah.
Yeah.
They visibly ease. Right. I suppose we should keep looking then. And then, my dear Trist,
Oh no.
there was something on your form when you awoke.
Mhm.
A small little necklace.
Mhm.
And it was a little awkward to wear, so I probably just stowed it away in a pocket. This small necklace had a symbol on it. A symbol that matched the one that you saw in the forest on your way to Hulbeck.
Mhm.
That symbol glows in your pocket, and you
Oh.
feel warmth emanating from it.
Pull it out and... I'm not causing the light, but does anyone know what this means?
Trist's form, there's this eruption of light, and Trist's form just disappears in a burst of light, and the silver spears sort of react immediately to the sudden disappearance of your compatriot. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
Oh, no.
shit.
I've been kidnapped
Funny.
by my own necklace.
The first thing Sybil was thinking when that happened was, is it terribly insensitive to say that this sort of thing doesn't happen with engineering?
Oh my god.
Can I
Good.
smite Sybil from beyond?
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
What do
high
I
DC.
what do I add to my scythe?
Yes, let's do it.
How do we learned this earlier.
I think you just click it.
Oh, and I just click it twice. Okay. Check mark. Click once. Use. The first one's a 15. No, the first one's a 17, so I have a +2. Good to know. The second one is an 18.
Okay. They both miss, given that you are completely far away at this point.
Yeah, fair.
But the intent was there.
Yeah,
I could feel
true.
it.
Good Lord. Before we wrap up tonight's game, let's go ahead and reintroduce our wonderful cast. We'll start with LB.
Hello, I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Instagrams and the Twitters. You can find me at Hack Recklessly on Twitch, YouTube, and Spotify. The next time I'm going to be live is tomorrow on Hack Recklessly. We are back at it with Bigfoot. We've got a 5-stack that we're going to run. We are going to kill Bigfoot or do another run where we find all the clues. Maybe we'll split up. It's going to be exciting. We'll be back with our level 16 campaign on Sunday, where we are running through Playthings of the Gods, which is a homebrew game that I have made. They're about to fight the Goddess of Fortune, who is Bashaba and Timora remerging into Tai Chi. And yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up. I guess I'll announce here next week, Friday the 13th, I am bringing the gang back together. This is the Kujo. We got Serenity, Wally, and Greg Leatherman, who has created many wonderful games. I'm going to be running a Monster of the Week game for them that is going to be set in the 80s in the Grand Teton Mountains. So I am quite excited for that. I'm going to get promo material up this weekend, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So check us out next week, Friday. 8 p.m. EST, I think, for that one. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Noir.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans, wherever. That last was a joke. You can also find out what I'm doing with Noirville at thenoirenigma.com or noirville.com. We got some cool stuff. We got some new merch. We got a Uppies for the Boys shirt, and of course our favorite enemy turfs stuff. So go ahead and check it out. And tomorrow you can find me on Rediscovery RPG playing Call of Cthulhu. I name my characters one of the other players' name, and then in response, they name their character Noir. So it's going to be very confusing.
Oh God.
I'm jokes on him. I'm changing my name to Cooler AJ just to be a dick.
Love it. And Sean, our wonderful,
Yes.
beloved guest star for this evening's episode.
Yes, I am Sean. You can find me across the internet at Instagram, Threads, Twitch, YouTube, and Spotify as Help Action Needed. You can primarily find me on my podcast, which is a D&D podcast called Help Action Needed, where we kind of follow the rules of 5e, mostly do it for the story, kind of the rule set. We're a narrative-focused podcast. Currently, the episode coming out Monday is an adventure about why the church is bad and why evil wizards are worse. So if that's your vibe, that episode's coming out Monday. If you want to see more live things, on the 11th, so next week Wednesday, I'll be running a game of You Awaken in a Strange Place, my favorite TTRPG, over on twitch.tv/Hampod. Most Thursdays, you can find me as Asper Rhyme, a little southern tiefling pirate, over on Don't Kill My Character RPGs. You can also find me alternating Saturdays on Starcrawl RPG, playing Citrell Rowan in a Blades of the Dark campaign. So if some dark drug dealing is your vibe, we're some really not great drug dealers. You can also go to the upcoming podcast Somebody's Heroes, where I will be being a bunch of people across a bunch of things, live streams pre-recorded and all that. And then in spooky season, you can find me over with Hampod again, doing a Five Nights at Freddy's Kids on Bikes game, where we are going to Chinky Cheese's pizzeria and trying to not get murderized.
That's fantastic.
And I'm sure I'm forgetting. Oh, and also you can find me on Catchy Cantrip on the 22nd, guesting like this.
Hell yeah.
I think that's everything. If not, I apologize to the people I forgot.
Go and give Sean all the follows and all support, because Sean literally answered the call 45 minutes before we went live tonight. So thank you, Sean, for jumping in. It is very much appreciated. And hi, I'm Kujo. You can find me at Kujo Plays Games and Crit Hit Chronicles across all major social media platforms, unless it's Twitter, in which case it's Crit Hit Chron, because character limits are a thing. You can find me Wednesday nights at Nerd Immersion with LB playing some D&D. We just made the big jump to the 2024 rules, which are not going to be janky or weird at all. It'll be fine. Okay. Noir's face. Okay.
They murdered my boy.
I want to know which boy when we're all done with this.
Yes. You got to leave it as a mystery. In addition, every Thursday night, you can see us here playing Tales of the Valiant. Thank you, Kobold Press, once again for the sponsorship. In the future, this upcoming Sunday, you can see me playing some Monster of the Week over on Shadow Dow's channel, who is currently in our chat. I don't know if promo has gone up. I hope it has. I think it has, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can find me at Shadow Dow's channel this Sunday, and we're going to be playing some Monster of the Week. There's some heavy, creepy themes that I'm very excited for. In addition, keep your eye on the socials for future campaign announcements, as there will be a horror series that will start on September 30th. I will say no more than that, other than maybe it might be based on The Haunting of Hill House, because apparently everybody reacted to that post. So yeah, that went from a maybe to a we have to do this now. In addition, you can find me at Big Bad Con at the end of October as one of the scholars. So if you are in the San Diego area, come into the con, come up, say hello. I accept hugs and good vibes. But in the meantime, we're going to get a raid set up to raid Darling Creepshow, who's working on some art. Darling Creepshow is a big fan of a big connection with folk and myth. So go and give Creepshow all of the love. In the meantime, be nice to each other. We love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next week here at Critic Chronicles. Bye, everybody.